winter time, you can enjoy many beautiful sites here in Cairo. In Cairo, you have many historical sites, and also we have the diversification of the product. Whether we are talking about ancient sites like the pyramids or talking about religious sites, well, we have a lot of places, many different places where you can enjoy. And also you have something that is really very important, that you have many of the 5-star hotels located all around the area. So if you are in Cairo and you want to enjoy all these sites, you have the chance to stay in a beautiful hotel close to the pyramids or close to downtown, where you can enjoy your trip every day to find out more about Egypt. First, let's take a look at the place. At one time, the house was the residence of Geyer Anderson, a British officer in the Egyptian army, and a breed of individual known as an Orientalist. That is why we also call it Geyer Anderson Museum. He actually purchased 2 houses, one built by Amina bint Salim al-Ghazar in 1540 AD, and the other that of a wealthy merchant, Abdul Qadir al-Haddad, who built his in 1670 AD. Geyer then joined the 2 houses by a veranda above both of the gardens. He also worked for the Egyptian government as a physician. The house was made into a museum in 1937 when the Egyptian government decided to transform it to be a well-preserved example of early Ottoman domestic architecture. The museum is located in the back of one of the oldest mosques in Egypt, the Ibn Tulun Mosque. He is perhaps most notable as a lover of Egyptian culture. This was why he collected many different items from various historical periods. He filled the house with his collection of Oriental furniture, glassware, crystal, carpets, silks, and embroidered Arab costumes.
collected beautiful furniture and works of art from Turkey, Persia, Syria, and other Oriental locations. By doing this, he made his house into a historical treasure chest for anyone who loves Egypt and the Middle East. The house represents an excellent example of what life was like for wealthy merchants in Egypt during the 1700s. The Geyer Anderson is unique on its own. Maybe this is because the house, including the ceilings, the walls, the corridors, and the doors, are among the most interesting displays. Or maybe because the museum was once a house and people once lived here. The first part of the house consists of huge brown containers of water used as a sabil in the past for people who pass by to drink water on hot days. A sabil is part of the Islamic Cairo culture, though it usually refers to a fountain. Afterwards, there is a small corridor that takes one to the open-air hall in the ground floor of the house. This corridor is filled with blue plates that Anderson purchased from Persia, and they were used to decorate the walls. The open-air hall is rather amazing, as one can see most of the balconies of the house, above the old walls with the Islamic decorations on them. And the most interesting item of this hall is a big wooden box that is connected with a strong rope. It was used to transfer food and water from stores of the house. The next corridor has pictures of the house and the Ibn Tulun Mosque in the past, and they depicted how it changed over the years. There are also some floor plans and maps of the house and the mosque. To the right-hand side, there are some items that Geyer Anderson collected through time. One of them is a charming piece of colorful tile that was used on the grounds of the house. In this room, many of these plates are on display, such as the landing of Nuh's Ark plate. Usually these sabils are connected to a school or a mosque, but here it is connected to the Geyer Anderson house and dates to 1631. The wooden ceiling, which is gold-plated with Quran verses, is well preserved as well. The first salamlik, a place reserved for men, is quite impressive. It consists of a large sofa with a mashrabiyya window behind it. It has the same amazing ceilings and walls, with its Persian decorations as the previous one. There are also some alabaster tables with Quran verses written on the circular edges. There are also colorful boxes that were used to keep valuables. The most remarkable pieces in this hall are the largest smoking pipes I have ever seen. Each of them is at least half a meter long. Then we moved on to the summer salamlik room. It consists of two sofas opposite each other in a well-decorated balcony that overlooks the open-air hall that we passed through earlier. the middle, there are beautiful brass tables with Quran and Islamic decorations. There were also some small ornate wooden chairs. This balcony looks like it is a place that really shows how people used to live here years ago. Just imagine Geir Anderson sitting there long ago on a summer afternoon, chatting with his friends. It makes one feel as though one has entered another period of time. Next, there is a corridor that goes to the Haram Lake. Here, there are many paintings that Geir Anderson collected from all over the world on the red walls. Most of these were imported from India and Persia. To the right of these, there are two wooden chairs and a wooden sofa. All are designed to be folded and put beside the wall when they are not in use. The Haramlik was an area reserved for women, and the word Haramlik is derived from the word harim, which can be translated as women in Arabic. This Haramlik is a big hall full of furniture and mashrafiyya windows. The room also has many multicolored sofas, chairs, and tables. This hall has the biggest collection of boxes. This is because women had a lot of jewelry, and these boxes are perfect for such items. Afterwards, we went to the third floor of the house that has the writing room. In the entrance of the room, there are white masks that Anderson made of him and his family. are very well made and show some good details. There were also fascinating, colorful pieces of glass that were used to decorate the room. Inside the room, there is a deck chair and a Corona typewriter that belonged to Geyer Anderson that he used for much of his writing. All around the walls of the room, there are many photographs of Geyer Anderson alone and with his family. There are also photos of Geyer Anderson with other members of his family. Even there is another one that depicts his beloved dog, though it only lived for 4 years. Our next stop was the roof terrace of the house. Here, Mashrabiyya screens use wood patterns to spell out important Islamic phrases, such as La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, which means there is no God except Allah, and Muhammad is the Prophet of Allah, peace and blessing of Allah be upon him. There are also a lot of square Mashrabiyya pieces with the word Muhammad or Allah written on them. From this roof, one has a fine view of the walls of Ibn Tulun Mosque with its many astounding windows. Even the citadel is visible from the roof of the Geyer Anderson Museum. And one can feel the good feeling for the house as well just looking down on the balconies and the open air hall. There are a number of displays on the walls, such as a sun clock made of tile. It was used in the year 1273 to tell the times for prayers. There is also the oldest set of modern water taps and sinks I have ever seen. These taps are very well preserved and look as though they might still be operational. Next to the walls of the roof, there are big containers that were used to keep oil, food, and other supplies for the house. From here we took the bridge Geyer Anderson built between the two houses to the Abdelkader Al-Haddad house. The first room of this house is the bedroom of Geyer Anderson. It is a small room compared to many of the other rooms.
Well, that was all for our backpack for today. Thank you all for joining us. We will be back to tell you more about Egypt and more about beautiful sites where you can enjoy your vacation. And we always say that we try to be your tour guide in Egypt to let you know more about different means of entertainment and facilities provided in many of the Egyptian destinations where you can enjoy your vacation.